Hi, this is Owen Thornton, take 27,006. This is, of course, my vblog, which corresponds with my webblog at ontariocrafts.wordpress.com. I wanted to show you today a couple little things before we begin. The wood truck there is some of my brother's handiwork, and very pleased to see he's doing that kind of woodworking in his shop. He is also now starting to hit area craft shows and trying to make sales doing this kind of work, and it's a lot of fun for him, and it's been a lot of fun watching me, or for me watching him learn how to do this kind of great work. So if you want to see that kind of work, let me know and I'll hook you up. Also, he's sitting beside, if I move the right way, Bogart the Bunny, who has been my office friend for a long time, so I wanted to introduce you to Bogart. He used to live on the shelf, but we've modified the room a little bit. As you can see, we have the chair here. So Bogart has claimed a new position in the house. Anyways, today is about Anderson's Brewing, and tragically, I have no photographs of Anderson's. I have no photograph of their beers. I have consumed them all, returned them all, and that's probably a great sign for Anderson's for me to talk about. They are at 1030 Elias Street here in London, Ontario. Always when you go to a brewery of this nature, I want you to remember to check their website for their hours of availability. Anderson's tends to be, if I can get my glasses outside of the reflection zone, I don't know if I can do that or not. Anderson's tends to be a very large-scale microbrewery, if you will, which kind of doesn't make sense, but it is. They are in many local area major retailers here in the province of Ontario. And so their model is very different from a lot of microbreweries who in many cases don't want to be part of that major retail scene. They want people to come to them, be a part of their experience in their brew pub, make sales there at that location, and they call that a day, and maybe dabble a little bit in being in major retail locations across the region. But Anderson's model does seem to be that they want to be out there in the major retail marketplace, and they sell them in 6-packs. They are very clever. They sell them in the small cans, which is something that's a little bit different from many of the other microbreweries who usually use the tall boy format. In addition to doing that, they also put their beers in different colored rings. So their IPA is in a green ring, their creamy beer is in a yellow ring, and currently they have, I believe it's the amber beer, is in an orange ring that I have seen in local major retailers at this time. They have different colors for different seasons. They have seasonal beers as well that also hit major retailers. So in addition to having a couple or three staples in the major retail chains, seasonally from spring, summer, fall, and winter, they put out different beers to ensure that there's always something new and different coming out from Anderson so that you can have a chance to try different things. If you wanted to have the full Monty experience and you want to have the opportunity to taste, obviously you have to go to Anderson's. If you want to have a shot at all of the different varietals of beer that they make, you'll also have to go to Anderson's as well, because not everything is in the major retail situation. It is a very open concept when you arrive at Anderson's. Outside, the first thing you'll notice is that outside there's a patio on the parking lot. So that is a usually well-serviced area. I don't know whether or not they have heaters. I haven't been out there, now being later in the fall, whether or not they have heaters out there to extend that season out there. And of course, now COVID restrictions are lightening a little bit, so there is a tasting area inside. The tasting area inside, however, is essentially an industrial setting, concrete floors, concrete walls, a few tables. They will have and have had in the past performers and entertainment, and I believe on Fridays, and you can check this out on their website as well, on Fridays there's usually a food truck there to enhance your experience should you want to have some food as well. Anderson's typically doesn't sell food on its own, but they do negotiate with area food trucks for a Friday lunchtime, I believe, experience for food. I have to mention before signing off about Anderson's and how excited I am about this great little place. They make tremendous beer. Don't get me wrong, and they're either going to go national, perhaps international, or they're going to become so popular that they'll be gobbled up by major conglomerates, and the conglomerate's goal will be to take them national and internationally. But I want to gush a little bit about their stout. Tragically for me, again, this is a beer, as you know, and I've said this in my blog, and maybe I've even said it here on my videos as well, that I often buy one beer to try things and say that's a really nice beer, and the next time I would go back to that location, should I go back because there are so many places to go, I would buy another one. But the stout from Anderson's is one I will buy in a 6-pack, and really do enjoy their stout there. It's phenomenally great beer, and it has notes of chocolate and coffee in it. And I'll tell you, I had a friend who really likes chocolate, and I took him a beer, and I didn't say anything about what it tasted like, so that he didn't have any notions in advance in his head. And he took one sip and he said, "Man, that tastes like chocolate. That's really good." I said, "I would get more of that." So that is a really great kudo for them. And that is the one beer that I have not seen them take to major retailers. It has been one that you have to go to their location for on Elias Street. And it hasn't always been in cans as well. And I don't know exactly the reason behind that. There are so many problems with cans right now during the COVID crisis and due to shortages of cans. That it may be due to the shortage. It may be a strategy on their part. I don't know. But you can also, they do a growler business there too, so you can also take home growlers. I just find growlers really impractical for an individual. I don't drink that much beer at one time, so I really do like to have a smaller can. So again, Anderson's, 1030 Elias Street, great beer. You can mix and match any combination. You can do a tasting and a flight there just to do a quick taste to see which ones you might like to bring home with yourself. You can buy them in those hard plastic rings, which really secure the beer as well, and you can mix and match them in those 6-pack carriers, and have a great time when you come home and relive the experience of having been to a great place where they make great beer. So again, Anderson's, 1030 Elias Street. This is Owen Thornton for OntarioCrafts.wordpress.com. You have yourselves a great day, and look forward to a few other YouTube experiences coming up in the next little while. Thanks very much. Bye for now.